Alright, moving into the unlocked games for Modern. We start with Modern Chef. So, we've seen Modern Chef before. This was in Gallery 2.
Right.
And this was the one where there's a Yoshi in the castle, and Mario, Luigi, and Peach are being trapped there, forced to cook for it. Because it's the Yoshi mating season. So, the gameplay is... you have move left and right, you can push the button to turn around. You're trying to catch the food in your frying pan. Each time you catch the food, it cooks slightly. And you can drop the food into the Yoshi. The Yoshi will always stay behind you. So you've got the pan in front of you and the Yoshi behind you. As you feed the Yoshi properly cooked food, it will, grow, and yeah, at 200 points you go outside for some reason. So yeah, as you hit the food with the pan, the food will cook. You want to feed the Yoshi properly cooked food. You can feed the Yoshi raw or burnt food, but the Yoshi doesn't like that as much. So you can see here, if you bounce that lobster too much, it's blackened and charred, and eventually it'll just crumble into ash. And if you feed a Yoshi burnt food, well, it doesn't like that, and it will reverse in its, reproductive process.
That is lore right there.
I mean, this is how it was before when we did Chef Modern. That happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a Yoshi here. You feed it enough times properly cooked food, and it lays an egg. And then a couple more, and the egg hatches, and then the adult Yoshi runs off, and now you're feeding the baby Yoshi. And you feed that a couple of times, and then it grows up, and that's the cycle.
That's the life cycle of a Yoshi.
And if you feed the Yoshi bad food, overcooked food, or raw food, then it will experience unhappiness. An adult Yoshi will cannibalize its egg, because that helps it be less unhappy, I guess. And if it doesn't have an egg, then it will revert to infancy. So that's a thing that happens to Yoshis during their mating season. Things get weird. Anyway, here we've got, again, you've got this Yoshi and its entire descendant line has the three of them trapped here making food, and I would like to point out, Mario is not doing anything.
No, he isn't, is he?
He is just sitting there pretending to chop something up while Luigi does all the goddamn work. So, yeah. And like every 200 points, you swap between being inside and outside for some reason.
You're just trying to get all the Yoshis outside, but they keep coming back in.
Yeah. Anyway, that was easy. On hard, there are a couple of differences. First of all, the main difference is sometimes the food will move laterally after you catch it. You can see now it will, like, change lane sometimes, so that makes it a bit more complicated. Also, on hard difficulty, Mario actually does some fucking work, eventually. You'll see that in a moment here. Yeah, there you go. Now Mario is tossing food as well. So, that's the only difference with hard.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, we've seen Modern Chef before, we have discussed this before, but why is it happening again?
Well,
is it just the Yoshi mating season again?
Yeah, why not?
Because we had, I'm guessing that they were planning to get around this with that cookie factory. But then it got haunted and they didn't have enough cookies, so they had to manually cook things again. Especially because all the toads ran off because they were ghosts. So I guess that's just what's happening here.
That's the story.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm assuming the cookie factory will be implemented properly.
Yeah. So hopefully they will never have to deal with Yoshi's demanding meat again. Because they'll just have an infinite supply of cookies.
An infinite supply of performance-enhancing currency. Performance-enhancing currency. Everything cooks at a different rate.
Yeah, all the foods cook at a different rate. They require a different number of bounces. They also have, like, different weights. Like, how high they'll bounce differs. The eggs are surprisingly heavy. Lobsters are the heaviest thing. The bell peppers are the lightest. Yeah, that is something different between this and the Gallery 2 version of Modern Chef. They changed the foods up a little bit. That one had, like, a leg of lamb, a fish, an egg, and, I don't remember what the fourth thing was. Sidebar will remind us. But here, we've got a steak, an egg, a bell pepper, and a fish, and a lobster. So, I probably missed something else from the previous one. Sidebar will remind us again. And here's very hard. It honestly feels like it starts out a bit slow for what very hard should be, but also it's... like, this gets very complicated when you need to move fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, eventually Peach drops enough food that either the Yoshi storms off in a rage, or dropping food makes Peach angry, although in this game she isn't angry, she seems more embarrassed. Like, in Gallery 2, she was clearly fuming when you dropped the food and got a miss. In this, she's just sort of, embarrassed by it, so I'm not really sure what exactly that is, like, how that is causing this to end. But,
well... okay, we couldn't see that there was a bell pepper involved.
yeah.
But, I mean, this is presumably still during the summit?
Yeah, well, I mean, the castle was on fire, so I'm not really sure.